Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. This is the third and final candle review that I am sharing here on my channel today. If you missed the first two, I also discussed my opinions, thoughts, if you will, regarding the Kringle Reserve Purple Majesty, as well as the Kringle Reserve Honey Blossom. Both of those fragrances are a part of the same Kringle Reserve launch that this Pink Peony and Pomelo was in. I will be reviewing the Midnight Dahlia and the Lilac and Lilies fragrances on Sunday, so stay tuned for those a little bit later on this week. But this candle here, out of the 5 that launched, this is definitely hands down like my top favorite. I really love that Honey Blossom, but this one here is going to be a definite like automatic repurchase at some point over the course of this spring and summer. This is such a lovely citrus fragrance, and I'm really going to stress the citrus part because that is most of what I think this fragrance is. There's a definite floral component here, and it's a very distinct peony, but I feel like if you normally kind of stay away from florals because you find them to be overwhelming, or you just have never really gotten into them, this is one of those floral fragrances that I'm gonna encourage you to maybe keep an open mind about. I know that sometimes it can be very hard to try fragrances that have notes that you maybe don't normally gravitate towards or don't normally care that much about. But this is one where I think this combination of the floral and the citrus just makes so much sense. And it's just a lovely, bright, vibrant take on floral that I wish that everyone could experience this one. I bet that if you don't normally like florals, I bet you would actually like this one. So if you are at all interested in it, or if it piques your interest in any kind of way, definitely put it on your list to try, because I think you might really enjoy it. So let's go through the usual review style where I read through the scent story, I read through the fragrance notes, I'll tell you what I actually pick up with my nose. We'll discuss the strength and the throw, and then discuss any burn issues that may have come up. So the scent story here reads, delicate aspects of soft pink peony brightened by shimmers of radiant citrus, highlights shining over a medley of verdant greens, spicy ginger, wild patchouli, and dried tobacco leaf. Please don't check out of this video because I just said patchouli. Please actually just ignore that I said that. I don't get any patchouli here. If patchouli scares you, it's not in here. It's not the typical Kringle perfumey patchouli. It's also not their super earthy, like dirty patchouli that they sometimes put into their Halloween fragrances. There just is no patchouli to my nose in this fragrance at all, so don't let that scare you off. All right, the top notes read peony and grapefruit. The mid notes are green pear and bergamot, and the base is amber and floral. So what do you smell here? First of all, predominantly grapefruit. Pomelos are, they're different from grapefruits. I believe a pomelo is the result of a grapefruit bred with some other citrus. I don't remember what it is, to be totally honest right now. But this is a very distinct grapefruit fragrance to my nose. It's a very bright, slightly sweet, vibrant grapefruit. I really like this particular grapefruit. It is like just the epitome of like a happy citrus scent. And it is paired with the most lovely sweet peony note. Out of all of the florals, I feel like peony is one of those pretty safe floral notes. It's not like rose where, you know, a lot of people have opinions about rose fragrances. Lavender sometimes can be a little bit polarizing, but I always feel like peony is one of those fragrance notes that even most people who don't like florals, they're willing to accept a peony. It is a sweeter floral. It's very pleasant. It's not overly aggressive. It's not astringent. It's just pretty. It's soft. And it happens to actually pair really well with citrus. So that peony combined with that grapefruit note is absolute perfection. Now, in the scent story, they reference verdant greens. I don't smell any like greens with the exception of a pear skin. I very distinctly smell a green, like Bartlett pear skin in here. I'm glad it's just the pear skin because honestly, to my nose, for whatever reason, pear is one of those fragrance notes that tends to go a little bit funky on me. Funky as in, I feel like it smells like body odor. I don't know why. And it's not all pear fragrances. Some pear fragrances just smell like a delicious, sweet, juicy pear. But some of them, for whatever reason, smell like either stinky feet or just general body odor to my nose. So I'm not getting that at all. It's just literally like they peeled a Bartlett pear and incorporated that green like hint of pear into the grapefruit and the peony here. It's actually delightful, and I think it is an interesting aspect to this fragrance. It's not super like potent, if you will, so it's not going to be the first thing you pick out, but the more that you sit with this fragrance, the more you're like, oh yeah, I can kind of smell that. Bergamot, I don't smell at all. Oddly enough, amber, which is a fragrance note that I really love from Kringle. I just think they do amber incredibly well. I don't smell any amber in here. And normally I very much get the amber when it's listed as a fragrance note. And there is a reference to floral at the base. Listen, I don't smell anything other than peony here. I don't smell rose. I don't smell jasmine. I don't smell gardenia. I don't smell tuberose. I don't smell any other floral note at all. It is just that soft, sweet peony, and that's it. So as long as you think that you are good with peony, but you really enjoy citrus, this is one that I think is absolutely worth putting on your list and checking out. I think this is a fantastic scent. Definitely one of my like favorite citrus fragrances at this point. Definitely one of my favorite florals at this point from Kringle. I really like this one. I would love for this one to show up in the 4-wick format. I would definitely enjoy that, and I would take a little bit more in terms of strength and throw. So let's discuss that. The strength of this is a solid 7. I have been burning it in the dining room, which is a much more enclosed space in the downstairs of our house. But this label just looks so pretty with the floral arrangements that I have on my dining room table. I just love walking by there and seeing those paired together. But the throw of this is a little bit more of a 6. Now, I think it's probably a 6 because of where I have it. The dining room does have 2 entrances into it, but it is a little bit more secluded from the other more open concept areas of the house. So I think that's kind of probably affecting the throw a little bit. I definitely smell it in the entryway. It spills out, but it doesn't travel like over into the family room or anything. So I'm gonna put the throw at a solid 7, and I'm gonna put the, I'm gonna put the strength at a solid 7, and I'm gonna put the throw at around a 6. I think that's pretty good. That is my usual performance from the Kringle 2-wick format. It's not abnormal at all. And yeah, no issues with the strength and the throw, but would I like more from this one? Absolutely. Listen, if they put it in a 4-wick format, I'll take it. Let's discuss any burn issues here. There are none. First of all, these wicks are the kind of Kringle wicks that require no trimming at all. The Purple Majesty had massive mushroom tops that formed, but this one, it's almost like you don't need to trim the wicks at all. Now, I still do, prior to each burn, I just clip off the very, very top of the wick. And this one has had an incredible burn. It's not one that I have to babysit at all. I have let this one go as long as 7 hours, and there have been 0 burn issues. I'll give you guys the overhead shot. I would say I'm a little past 1/3 of the way done with this one. And it has, ooh, sorry, I need to get situated here. There we go. No sooting, no discoloration. I do have a little bit of wax that kind of wants to stick on the side here, as you can see, but that's not a big deal. I don't consider that tunneling or anything. But yeah, nice full wax pool there within an hour of lighting this one. Let me show you guys the side here so that you can see that actual wax pool so far. When this one really gets going, the wax pool gets to about 1 inch. And yeah, those flames are pretty perfect. Like before I lit this, I didn't even trim these wicks today. So that is how easy this one is to take care of. No complaints. So listen, I love this fragrance. I am very grateful that Kringle sent this one out for consideration. This is one of those fragrances that is going to go on my repurchase list. While this collection wasn't one that I was crazy excited about, because for me, I still mostly gravitate towards gourmands and fruity fragrances. The fact that the citrus was such a star in this fragrance, I just fell in love with it. So it's a good one, and I would definitely encourage you to check it out if you are at all curious about it. Let me know if you have any questions. If you purchased the Pink Peony and Pomelo and you've had a chance to burn it yourself, definitely let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Check out the description box on where to purchase Kringle candles, and subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.